So you just bought your dream car. You buy a brand new Maserati. And to protect your new Maserati, you need insurance. So you go to Flow from Progressive and you purchase insurance. This financially protects your new Maserati in case you get into a crash. And this is the exact same concept as options. Now, instead of a car enthusiast, let's say you're an investor and you just bought $12,500 worth of Apple stock. That's $12,500 in risk. Now, just like the Maserati, you can buy insurance on your investment. This is called a put option. So, if you buy an option, then someone had to have sold it to you. But who? The answer is any other trader who is willing to be paid to take on your risk, just like an insurance provider. That's the basic idea of options. An investor has risk, but he's willing to pay someone to take away his risk. And the person who gets paid now assumes his risk. Now let's look at a real example. You bought 100 shares of Apple stock at $125 per share. This cost you $12,500. And you also buy a put option as insurance for, let's say, $500. Now, I'm going to give you two different scenarios. In the first scenario, after you own the stock and the option, the stock ends up going to $132 per share. So you made $700 on the stock, but you paid $500 for an option that now has no value to you. So your net profit is $200. Now, you might be saying, what a ripoff, and the person who sold you the option is saying, thanks for the easy money. But let's look at a different scenario. This time, Apple's stock price drops to $113 per share, and your stock is now worth $1,200 less than you paid for it. But thankfully, you bought this option as insurance. You go to the person who sold you the option, and you say, hey, remember our contract? You can exercise your option you bought, and even though Apple is at $113, you can immediately sell your shares at $125 per share. So now your only loss is the money you paid for the option, which is $500, much better than the $1,200 loss you would have had if you did not purchase the option. Now, the person who sold you the option was obligated to buy your stock from you at $125 per share. So they kept the $500 you paid them for the option, but they are now sitting on a $1,200 loss on the stock they own. They can hold the stock and hope it goes back up, or they can sell it at the current market price of $113 for a net loss of $700. Now, the cool thing about options is that you don't have to own stock to trade them, and they aren't actually physical pieces of paper. It's all done virtually. You can trade them in and out of the market within a few milliseconds at the click of your mouse.